So my name is David Mumford. I am a pastor. I am a part of a pastoral leadership training program. We come to Chad twice a year for 2-week modules and train the Chadian pastors. The gospel of Jesus has been in Chad for about 100 years. So there are many churches, many Baptist churches and other evangelical groups are here. One of the biggest problems, however, are resources and the lack of training. And this is what the Chadians themselves are telling us. It's good to know that about 50 years ago, there was a tremendous persecution in this country. From 1973 to 1975, Baptists first were targeted, and then other evangelical groups were cruelly put to death by the government. And this had a serious impact on the Chadian church. And eventually the persecution ceased and there was a revival. But a lot of the American missionaries who had been instrumental in founding the church here in Chad had to leave. So the Chadians were on their own from about 1975 on. And so our organization comes in. We teach on specific subjects, important topics of Scripture. We work with the pastors and deacons and deaconesses, and we train them. We have had people come from as far as 1,000 kilometers away, traveling by motorcycle, bus, even by boat to get to this training. The training is very affordable. It costs almost nothing to the Chadians, many of whom are very poor. I consider this teaching program, this leadership program, a way for those of us who had to leave back in the 70s to come back and give some help to the Chadians. We come with workbooks in hand. So we have the material that's handed to them, and then we teach throughout a 2-week session with many questions, many practical exercises. So we try to be as practical as possible. But in my library at home in the United States, I have many books. And the typical library of a Christian pastor here in Chad would be a Bible and maybe 1 or 2 other helpful books. We bring books in French. We just do everything we can to be of assistance to the Chadian pastors. And so it is really our joy to be here and to give them this material. The first 13 who were martyred were from this town, just a short few miles away. This is where they were killed. Some of their children have gone through our program and have benefited from that. And since it's been 50 years, almost to the day, since those events took place, we are here on this particular trip kind of commemorating those events and celebrating their faith because they stood firm until the very end and paid for their allegiance to Jesus Christ with their blood. So this is another reason why we feel it's important that we be a blessing to the Chadian people. To get from the capital Ndjamena to this town in southern Chad, we have a couple different possibilities. Hitchhiking is not one of them. The bus is a possibility, and that's about a 14 to 16 hour drive. And it is a very difficult drive, very uncomfortable, and I've done it before, you just do it. One significant help to our ministry over the years has been these MAF flights, which take a 16-hour bus ride, translate that into a 2.5 hour, very easy, quite comfortable flight from Ndjamena. And I'm really thankful, all my colleagues, we are super thankful for MAF. It's been a real help to us on a number of occasions as we've either come in or gone out. We've evacuated a Chadian pastor. This just happened in October. One of the pastors, American pastor, was coming to teach, and on his way out, he brought with him a Chadian pastor, really the director of the school, one of the key people here. He's almost 80 years old and he has heart problems. And thankfully, there was room on the MAF flight for him to leave and go to Ndjamena and get very important care. So this has actually been a key component, is this ability to be able to, on occasion, bring in or bring out from southern Chad a Chadian Christian who needed some serious help.